All right, guys. Hello. The DWAC, the Trump social media SPAC stock, soared, grew almost tenfold in its first 2 days. In a GameStop-like frenzy of trading, and people likened it to GameStop, especially because there were multiple shutdowns of trading. Some people got very frustrated with this. Some people say they lost money due to the freeze on trading. So why did multiple freezes on trading happen? Was it something nefarious to slow the growth of this new basic fundraising stock, or was it to just calm the market down as normal as they do with other stocks? Do they calm the market down with other stocks? We're going to talk about all of this and figure out what's really going on with a SPAC stock. Basically, it's different than an initial public offering. It would eventually, I guess, the funds would be raised to merge with a company like Trump's company. So if this doesn't go well, if trading doesn't go well and the value doesn't increase, it could potentially hurt the creation of this new social media app, which has a goal of combating big tech censorship. So let's look at trading in these past 2 days with this new Trump media SPAC stock and compare it to Facebook's initial public offering and talk about all of this and what's really going on. Yes, we're going to talk about the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. So let's get into it. Before I dive deep into the headlines today, shout out to Virtual Shield, the sponsor. So a bicyclist in Florida got a strange email from Google. It said law enforcement was requiring his user data. He had 10 days to go to court if he wanted to fight it. The bicyclist found out he was a suspect in a burglary. His Google location pinged him near the scene of the crime nearly a year later. Law enforcement wanted access to his phone. However, he was innocent. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, but his phone seemed to have betrayed him. Google says it received 11,000 similar warrants with law enforcement, each one requesting to see the user's geolocation. This is why a VPN like Virtual Shield is so important. Virtual Shield hides your location from tech giants on top of already hiding your internet history from your ISP. It can actually help you with big tech censorship, honestly. VPNs rock. Using a VPN prevents tech companies and law enforcement from doing what they tried to do with the bicyclist. Virtual Shield is a no log keeping virtual private network. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. Most importantly, it's available on most devices. I know because I have the app installed on all of mine. I highly recommend Virtual Shield VPN. Get 50% off for life with a free 30-day trial only by downloading it today on my link, virtualshield.com/ivory. It is linked in my description. Awesome for combating big tech censorship. Okay, the Wall Street Journal reporting just in the past hour, DWAC, the Trump social media SPAC, soars to GameStop-like frenzy. Shares of Digital World acquisition more than doubled to $94 Friday after trading as high as $175. It's risen nearly tenfold in 2 days. Have you guys invested in DWAC? Gosh, I wish I got into it. I didn't even think of it, honestly, when I saw the headline about Trump creating a new app. The app's not out yet. So this is, just the beginning to help initiate this new company. It says here, shares of a blank check company tied to Donald Trump's online network surged again on Friday, implying a valuation of several $1 billion for the new firm following a buying frenzy fueled by individual investors on social media. Digital World Acquisition Corp shares more than doubled to $94 on Friday after trading as high as $175. Trading in the stock was heavy, prompting a number of brief trading halts. And that's what we're going to get into, is these trading halts. Why does trading stop? In the case of Robinhood a few months ago, It was uncovered to be nefarious. The hedge fund managers actually were set to lose a lot of money if they didn't halt that trading. And so they got in there and stopped it in order to protect the hedge fund managers' money. So they hurt the little guys. So what's really going on today? Let me talk more about what a SPAC stock is. Here in this article, it says it's also called a blank check firm. A SPAC, such as Digital World, is a shell company that raises money and lists publicly with the goal of merging with a private company such as Mr. Trump's. The private firm then replaces the SPAC in the stock market. SPAC mergers have become popular alternatives to traditional initial public offerings and have allowed startups with scant records to list publicly. So the hope, for the new company would be that these huge gains would continue. So here we have this CNBC article just briefly mentions in it, trading in the stock was halted due to volatility multiple times on Friday. It says here, one top post on Wall Street Bets message board Friday morning featured what appeared to be the user's equity portfolio, touting daily gains of over $10,000 from betting on the SPAC. The post, which called the former president Daddy Trump, quickly drew more than 800 comments. So yeah, I checked out Wall Street Bets. Love the content. They were making memes about these trading halts. It has Nasdaq down at the bottom saying, "This is us protecting you from volatility," and then they're shooting at your gains. It's a meme of Nasdaq shooting at and killing your gains in the name of protecting you from volatility. How nice of them. It says here, if these are what the people on Wall Street Bets are saying. If the Queen can kill someone and not be charged for it, the government can kill your gains and then take what little gains you got via taxes. Someone else said, honestly, so mad, halting DWAC and P-Hun killing their progress. Yeah, so people are saying it's really killing their progress. It says it's like when you were a kid and came into an unexpected amount of money and your parents took it and said, we're going to keep this safe for you, and then nibbled it down. So the people on Wall Street Bets are just hating it. Apparently, some people on Wall Street Bets are saying that they these trading halts that happened multiple times in the past 2 days screwed up their stop loss. So I guess they had a stop loss set, but then when it was like these halts that happen are a mini market close. So then when the market reopens, it reopens at a different location, and it'd be below your stop loss, which would then screw up your stop loss. So then people are like, oh my gosh, my stop loss didn't kick in. Let me just sell off now before it dips any lower. And then they lose money because then it jumps back up and they're like, oh my gosh. So anyway, it was just messing with a lot of people. You know what I like to do is buy and hold. Just buy and hold. I meant to figure out day trading, but it's a lot more complicated than I thought. Someone else on Wall Street Bets said, I hate trading halts. You want to play liberal capitalism? Do it all the way and let the trading bots run wild, fight each other, and push prices into absurd magnitude. Yeah, so anyway, people were pretty upset, although, it still continued to climb, but it definitely tapered off. I talked to my financial advisor for you guys and asked, gosh, it was almost a 10-fold growth of the stock. Is it too late to get in? Like, if you guys watching want to now buy some of this Trump stock, should you? And he said that he thinks that you guys should let the market simmer off now. Just let it simmer down, because what's probably going to happen is it'll take a dip. That's what happened with Facebook. It surged in the first few days, and then by the end of the week, it had done a pretty significant dip back when Facebook's initial public offering happened in 2012. But then over the coming months that year, it just climbed like crazy. So oftentimes you see that initial surge, and then there's a dip, and then you want to get in. Okay, wait for the dip. Buy the dip, guys. Okay, so speaking of Facebook, we're gonna get into more of what these halts in trading are. And you more commonly see halts in trading, when trading gets frozen and you cannot buy or sell. I mean, you normally see that when there is a sell-off frenzy. That's the most common. The exchanges don't want there to just be a crash, so they freeze things for a while to prevent it from going down further, and basically protect consumers. Now, if it's going up, for instance, in trading of commodities, if oil were to go way up, that would send gas prices for all the consumers soaring. So a freeze on the increase would be beneficial to consumers. So some things to talk about. We'll get further into these freezes, but let's look at what happened with this. The Securities and Exchange Commission actually charged Nasdaq back when Facebook's initial public offering happened. There was a disruption that actually cost Nasdaq big time. From SEC.gov 2012, when Facebook first came onto the, became a publicly traded company, it says SEC charges Nasdaq for failure during Facebook IPO. The Securities and Exchange Commission today charged Nasdaq with securities laws violations resulting from its poor systems and decision-making during the initial public offering and secondary market trading of Facebook shares. Nasdaq has agreed to settle the SEC's charge by paying a $10 million penalty, the largest ever against an exchange. And part of that was due to a trading freeze. Nasdaq had to pay $10 million for a trading freeze with Facebook. Is that going to happen with this new Trump media? Is someone going to get penalized, or is it all good when trading freezes with Trump's thing? It says there's a lot of reasons trading could freeze, but here it says the problem caused more than 30,000 Facebook orders to remain stuck in Nasdaq's system for more than 2 hours when they should have been promptly executed or canceled. So Nasdaq, and it says the SEC is getting after Nasdaq and saying, you knew that Facebook was going to be a popular stock. So why on earth didn't you robustly prepare so it could all go smoothly? We're going to wallop this giant fine on you. So, yeah, so they got a big, I'm reading your comments here. Talking about crypto. Crypto rocks. I'm invested in like 10 different cryptocurrencies. It's been pretty profitable for me, for sure. All right. So it says here the SEC's order also charges Nasdaq's affiliated third-party broker-dealer Nasdaq Execution Services with failing to maintain sufficient net capital reserves on the day of the Facebook IPO as a result of Nasdaq's own Facebook trading through the unauthorized error account. So anyway, there was a trading freeze with Facebook when it first came on the scene. When it first became publicly traded, and there was a big to do over that. Yet the Facebook stock soared, took that little dip, and then continued to grow. Actually, if we take a look here, Facebook was a perfect example. They went down like 30 to 40% in a week after soaring when it opened, but then continued to climb again. It started at about $30 a share, then when it went public May 18th of 2012. By August, it went to $38 a share and then dropped to $18 a share by September, but now it's at $324 a share. So Facebook, so you see those changes. This is the benefit of buying and holding. The longer you just hold on to it, the better off you'll be. I mean, the better your chances are, honestly, that it's just going to continue to climb if you just hold on. But here's one of the messages some traders were getting today when they were trading the new DWAC Trump Media SPAC stock. Quote, some stock exchanges, not Robinhood, have temporarily halted trading of DWAC. Okay, that's the message they got, and like, oh crap, what am I supposed to do? So if we break this down, it was all over the headlines when Robinhood stopped trading AMC movie theaters. The biggest investors who were going to lose money actually ran Robinhood, so they told them to halt it. Hedge fund managers owned Robinhood and didn't want to lose if people bought too much because they had betted on it going down in value. But these trading halts, there's many reasons they can happen. Trading can be halted due to tech issues, too many people overloading the system not being able to handle traffic, or if there's some sort of regulatory issue that might be a concern that can halt trading. Hedge fund managers could halt trading to slow growth of a stock if they don't want the company to get too valuable, is what my financial advisor, Joseph Foxworth, said. So was it nefarious or was it not? This is actually the name for these halts in trading are called circuit breakers. There are circuit breakers when it comes to sell-offs and big buys. I guess there's some specific rules in regards to circuit breakers. From Investopia, are the rules the same for single stock circuit breakers? Under the SEC rules, a stock is required to undergo a trading pause if the stock price moves up or down by 10% or more within a 5-minute period. These rules vary depending on the price of the stock and whether it is tier 1, tier 2, or other NMS listed security. A circuit breaker. The term circuit breaker refers to emergency use regulatory measures that temporarily halt trading on an exchange. Circuit breakers attempt to curb in panic selling and can also be triggered on the way up with manic buying. These are commonly used for individual securities as well as broad market indices like the S&P 500. Circuit breakers function automatically by stopping trading when prices hit predefined levels in exchanges around the world. So that's probably what happened is the circuit breaker kicked in today, kept kicking in multiple times, as people were all buying at once or all selling. And we saw it zigzag up and down. But I guess according to the Wall Street Bets people, when that temporary freeze would happen, it would reopen lower below their stop loss and screw them up, freak them out. They would sell. And so the circuit breakers would actually cause a dip, it sounds like. And before people were like, okay, cool, let's buy the dip. And then it would go back up. So there you have it. That's some of what was going on today. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers what was going on. What do you guys think of that? It's not a mystery. Someone says they were circuit breakers. Yeah, they probably were. We saw those big zigzags happen. Did you guys see what the market looked like today here? This is Trump's that's the Trump media spec stock. That's how it went. Big jumps up and down, that giant climb in the first 2 days, and you see it tapering off and going more in a straight line towards the end there. I'm on the road right now, you guys. Someday soon I'm going to have a whole graphic set up where I can just put it right on the screen for you. Right now I'm in an Airbnb. Guess what state I'm in? I'm like, I don't know if I should tell people where I'm traveling to. But I'm covering some news out here. The weather's great. So yeah, what do you guys think? Are you going to invest? I think most of us who didn't invest missed. And now that it climbed, it jumped nearly 10 times. This new, it grew to 10 times the size it was. The new stock, Trump media stock. So I think it's time to hold off, wait for another dip. But here's the thing. If it does continue to climb steadily, maybe wait like 2 weeks for a dip. If it continues to climb, then I guess get in. And buy crypto. Buy crypto. Crypto's probably going to continue to climb. So the banks don't like crypto, so the little guy does like crypto. All right. What are you guys saying? Florida? I'm not in Florida. I'm not in Texas. Texas is where I live right now. I actually went to another state today. I'll tell you, I'm in Arizona. I'm going to do a few things, business and pleasure. Buy Bitcoin. You're looking forward to me covering more shot topics. Yeah, guys. So in regards to that, the FDA is voting on Tuesday on whether to authorize the shot for kids ages 5 to 11. When you look at the issue of heart issues, there's now an official warning in regards to heart issues for the shot. The FDA issued that official warning, say, hey, you can get the shot, but there is this chance of this heart issue. And if you look at the charts of the people broken down by age who have had heart issues, basically the younger the age group, the more the heart issues spike. So just be aware of that when you're thinking about giving this shot to kids as young as 5. It appears that there's more heart issues with the younger populations, especially the male population. I remember covering back in March when these shot companies were recruiting young children. They put out a news alert. We got a press release. I was at Fox at the time. We got a press release saying, we're looking for child volunteers if you want to submit your child to take the shot. And we're going to be trying the shot out, 3 different shot dose sizes. We don't know what size of dose to give your kid. And so if you want your kid to be an experiment, go on in and submit them. They didn't word it like that. They worded it really sneakily, like it was this awesome opportunity, like, oh my gosh, your kid could be one of the first people to get their hands on this amazing shot. Nothing about your kid literally is the experiment. We have no idea what size of shot to give them. And so of course my coworkers anchoring the news literally basically said that on TV, like, oh, your lucky kid could be the next person to get their hands on a shot. And I was just like, whoa, you guys. When I saw that live on TV, I was like, you're going to alienate a lot of our audience, because a lot of our audience hearing about this brand new shot, and the fact that there's no idea how big of a serving of the shot to give a small child. And you as the media not addressing any of that parent's concerns, just acting like this is super exciting, is just going to alienate concerned parents. And that's why ratings were going down. And the propaganda like that is part of why I was like, peace out, guys. I want to be in tune with the viewers. And like, if they have concerns, let's really dig in and say, yeah, there are heart issues. There's data on heart issues. And yeah, the numbers do go up the younger the kid is. So just be aware of that. And we're not going to overhype this to you. We're gonna talk about the concerns. Most people seem to do fine after the shot, but there are reactions. So anyway, that vote with the FDA is on Tuesday. I'm assuming they're going to say yes to it. They don't like to say no to these shot companies. When the shot company says, yeah, I have enough data to say that a 5-year-old should get this, the FDA usually is like, I agree with you, shot company. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday. I did do, I was asked to moderate a scientific discussion on shots for young children this week. And I guess there's a link to the recording. Is very interesting, insightful discussion. So when I get my hands on that link, I will put it out on my social media so you can see what these people were talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just looking at your comments. Yeah, one lady on YouTube gave her kid the shot and was bragging, even though he had a bad reaction. And now she's speaking out. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, some people really believe in these shot companies and get really excited about their child being a part of science and stuff. And to a certain extent, I think law of attraction plays in. And if you to the core of your being believe that the shot is a blessing for you, then you're more likely to do just fine after getting it. But if you feel like it's going to be bad for you and you get it, I feel like it's more of a chance that you're not going to do okay. You shouldn't go against your personal conscience. If you do not believe you should have it, then you should not put something in your body that just stay true to you, whatever it is. All right, guys, I think that does it for me out here in Arizona. I'm going to be shooting some important news I think you're going to find pretty interesting if everything goes through this weekend. And I'll get that edited and out to you guys as soon as possible. Some stuff that the corporate media doesn't like to talk about. I'm going to jump right into it. And they like to put propaganda out about this topic and then ignore it. And the people actually involved, giving them a voice, heck no. Well, I'm going to give those people a voice if all goes well, if they trust me. So see how it goes. Wish me luck in this news coverage. I'm also going to have fun and catch up with family out in Arizona as well. And we will talk to you guys later. See you guys on Monday. Okay.